All right. Welcome back to the Power 6 podcast. Here's your host, Isaiah Rose.
All right, what's up, guys? Back at it with the second edition of the Offseason podcast. Yeah, I don't really know what we're going to talk about tonight. I didn't read the agenda. So, Max, let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, we're winging it tonight. A lot of unique topics in the wild card topic tonight. We'll get into that. Going to be fun. We'll review BARch Madness as well. But we'll start off with some off-season college football talk. So start with Nebraska football. I'm actually just going to sort of keep this simple here. But the QB battle is heating up from what I'm seeing. To my surprise, I'm actually seeing a lot of people saying that Jeff Sims is now the front runner for the starting position over Casey Thompson. What sources are saying.
I've heard that a lot too. I haven't really been keeping track of the Huskers in the offseason that much. But, the little snippets I hear on was it 1620?
Yes, sir.
I heard that a little bit. Yeah, it sounds like he might be the front runner. Casey's got to put some work in, man.
What do I know?
Just gonna be handed to him.
Casey beat Iowa. He's the left first quarterback to do that in however many years,
Right.
I'm Team Casey.
Hey, it's also Mickey Joseph, head coach that was coaching the team. So.
Oh yeah, right on. Oh, free Mickey and all that.
Yeah, free Mickey.
Yeah, free Mickey.
But yeah, I think it's good for him. Obviously, I'm supporting Casey Thompson. I think he's a phenomenal quarterback that, although we didn't meet expectations and succeed like we wanted to last year, I think he definitely got us going in the right direction. And obviously it wasn't just him, it was the new head coach and all the other coaching staff changes that were made and players kind of coming in and stepping up from the transfer portal. So I think this battle between him and Jeff Sims is going to heat up. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm hoping that the spring game gives us a lot of insight to what to expect in the fall.
Yeah, I think that's all good discussion on that. I agree with a lot of what you guys said. We've already seen what Casey can do at Nebraska, which is win 4 games. So, I think that speaks volume. No, I don't know. I think Casey's a really good quarterback, and Jeff Sims was not very efficient at Georgia Tech. He was interception prone. So,
well, like I know Nebraska, we love interception prone quarterbacks.
Oh God, yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's right to call Casey Thompson a 4-win quarterback. I mean, realistically, how many games did he score enough points to win? I think
no. I was kidding with that, really, but
I think wasn't he hurt towards the end of the season too?
He was hurt, but also, I mean, we were giving up like 45 points to North or whoever was
56 to Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern, we give up 1 million points to Georgia Southern. I don't know if you. That's like Ohtani coming out and giving up 1 run a game, but he plays for the Angels, so maybe Ohtani's just a bad quarterback or something.
Tough scene.
Bad pitcher.
Tough scene for the Angels. We'll move on. I had a couple other Nebraska things to talk about, but we can move on, honestly.
What you got?
Well, the other one was just a Tommy Hill redemption arc. I'm excited to see Tommy Hill play this year. I think he's going to redeem himself and just play out of his mind.
That would be awesome.
Tommy, can you remind me of this Tommy Hill fellow?
Tommy Hill was our least favorite Husker for a long time.
Are you joking, Isaiah? You actually?
Is that this guy?
Yes,
it's the guy. It was the showboat on.
I had to make sure that's who Tommy Hill was.
Halfway through the season, they moved him to offense, and remember he was playing like wide receiver and stuff. And so that's what he's going to play now.
He's playing wide receiver now.
Offense, yeah, he's offense. He's a ball handle guy.
Oh boy.
Do you remember when he was returning kicks last year and he would never fair a catch or take a knee or anything? He would catch the ball and then he 100% thought he was going into the end zone.
Yeah,
I like that though.
We need that.
Me too. That's why I'm excited for Tommy Hill.
Tommy Hill did piss me off when he was doing his showboating thing. But I love every Husker, and it's super awesome. He's sticking with the program and trying to.
Hey, I'm gonna miss the showboating thing though, because we always made fun of it.
Or what are you doing?
No, he would go like this.
It would be like second down. He'd do a little dance after an incompletion, and then they'd just.
And then he'd give up a touchdown.
The next play.
Yeah. But Isaiah's just sitting here going like this.
Yeah, because he would. That's what he would do.
It's the incomplete, and then they just.
No, yeah. I'm not going like this.
No, I don't.
I'm going like this.
You go like,
that's how they do it. Like this. They literally just not this. This.
This isn't
You gotta,
great
cross
content
your
for
arms a little.
the folks who don't watch the YouTube.
Hey, if you don't watch the YouTube, just watch this 2-minute clip of me looking absolutely ridiculous. All right.
We got to get a TikTok, and you can post on the TikTok, Isaiah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
True.
I'll just be going like, there's gonna be no audio. I'm just gonna be going
Watch out for the Power Six TikTok.
Power 6
Uh,
TikTok coming your
The
way.
last Nebraska thing that I
2024.
wanted to bring up, I don't know if any of you guys saw this or heard about this, but the single digit numbers. You guys hear about this?
I've not.
I heard about that. I like it.
Yeah, so no one in practice during the offseason can wear, or at least until like fall camp, maybe, no one gets single digit numbers. So all the players have to wear number 10 and up, and then you have to earn a single digit number. So if you practice hard enough, the players can vote for you to earn a single digit number.
Ooh, hey
Is
guys,
that-
question. Do you think Trev Alberts is going to give out a single digit number to the Nebraska basketball team after they win a game this year?
If
Is
he's
it
proud
possible?
enough.
Yeah, they'll
I'm
go up
so
to
proud.
for every win. Maybe they can get to a double digit number.
I
Imagine
do.
a single digit black shirt. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, you'd have to be like
That's an
the
earned
next Dominican
jersey.
Sue.
That's an earned jersey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sue would have to earn a single digit black jersey.
That's the unfortunate thing, is that this type of thing does kind of leave out linemen, because a lineman is not going to go onto the field wearing number 1.
Hey, you
Like
never
Bryce-
know. You never know. Could
I think
happen.
it's
Even though it's
common.
I don't
probably.
think it can't happen.
I don't
The
think it's
NCAA
legal.
rules.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
no.
gonna say I don't think it's legal, but they can try.
We're seeing more defensive linemen wearing a single digit right now.
We are. Yeah.
But yeah, like edge guys, but I don't think interior linemen can wear.
Yeah. I don't think interior guys can, but edge
This
guys
applies
can.
to Tommy Hill's 0 too.
Mm-hmm.
What about a double 0?
Doubles. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. Hey, what's your guys'
That's a-
thoughts on the jersey number 0? What do you think about that?
I think you have to be exactly like Tommy Hill to be able to wear number 0.
I agree. I would never wear 0.
Persona to
I
wear
would
number
never wear 0.
I don't think I would wear 0 either.
No, I'm not a 0 guy.
I'm a big
Walking
big
around
3.
with a goose egg on you. I don't know.
All right. Good Nebraska talk. I'm going to say it once again. Super excited for the season.
Yep. I'm drinking that Kool-Aid.
Oh, we're
Do-
drinking the Kool-Aid hard.
Hey, do we want to go back over our 2 early predictions? Do we want to do another one? Because I don't think Devin was here last time.
Hey,
What-
See if
Well,
our
we covered
minds
that
have changed a
before
little bit.
the season. We covered that last week.
I can give you
last
two.
month.
They're gonna get 5 wins and miss a bowl by 1 game.
Oh,
And
that'd be brutal.
Oh, that would be brutal.
before, we're gonna get Dylan Raiola, and it's gonna be to the moon.
I don't know,
Okay.
man. I think Dylan Raiola. I think he's kind of lean. Since this month, it's gotten a little bit better for him looking to come into Nebraska. But I still think it's going to depend
I
on
don't
how
think-
this year goes. I don't really care if we get him. Honestly, we got Jeff Sims.
I think the right things are going right for Nebraska, and the wrong things are happening to other programs that he's interested in. Like I know Georgia stopped reaching out, and then they had a couple players get arrested.
Well, right now, his only scheduled official visit is to Georgia. So
Yeah. So, but I think Nebraska is doing a little bit better things on that front.
yeah, I can see that.
Still a long shot, but we could be hopeful.
This is true. That's all we have around here anymore is hope.
Exactly.
Next thing, Kevin Warren, named synonymous with the Big Ten over the last few years. He officially leaves in a couple weeks to go join the Bears program.
Yeah, I thought we, saw he's leaving. I'm like, yes, I'm a Bears fan. Still got to deal with
That's
the guy. Still got to deal with the guy.
The one thing that I will say, and I want to bring this up because we gave Kevin Warren so much shit for what he did early in his tenure because he handled the COVID situation about as bad as you could have handled it. I think the starting and then stopping of the season multiple times, almost every other conference was starting except for the Big Ten. I thought he just handled that terribly.
Game.
I want to give a big shout out to the Schick Nick show because I listened back from when COVID was going on, and they're saying a lot of it was him meeting with university presidents, and he was kind of just the messenger for them. It not necessarily fell on him for the entire decision. He's just kind of like, you're like the head of the Big Ten conference. You got to meet with all these schools to get their decision. And I feel like that probably affected his decision a little bit because, you know, you want to take their input and let them know that you're listening. But at the same time, you know, you're kind of the figurehead and you kind of take all the blame for those that are, you're speaking for others, essentially.
Well, that goes with any other position of leadership, or I don't want to say power, but you know, when you're the face of the Big Ten as the commissioner, you're going to be the one that's taking the backlash of some of the decisions when it might not be you that's making them at the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I said.
And I wanted to say too, I think besides the COVID era, I actually have to give some credit where it's due to Kevin Warren. I feel like he did a pretty good job after that. And he was the commissioner for the Big Ten getting this record-breaking TV deal that they just signed now. You know, I don't know. It's obviously great for the conference. The Big Ten is now earning far more money than any other conference, and that goes to the schools. So I think that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's done something no other commissioner of any other conference has done. So you can't let that not be known.
No.
Got to give him credit where credit's due.
Signed a multi-billion-dollar contract. So I wanted to say too that with Kevin Warren leaving, can Ohio State's place atop the Big Ten in football, is that leaving now too? Because I think it's Michigan now. Michigan is the top dog in the Big Ten.
I'd say so. I think Kevin Warren was just kind of like all over Ohio State, you know?
I think they're both powerhouses. We'll have to see what the next couple years bring, because obviously with UCLA and USC joining the Big Ten, there's going to be competition to see who's going to hold the top spot in the conference. And I think we're going to be in for some shocks. And, you know, a lot of things could change with a lot of the teams in the middle of the pack. So that's just what's exciting about it. But I do think Michigan's got the front spot right now.
Yeah, I would say so.
And with Ohio State losing CJ Stroud and a couple of the other star receivers, it's going to be interesting to see how they replace them.
Yeah, Michigan's definitely in a better spot.
I have no basis for this take at all, but I just can't see Ohio State losing again to Michigan like 3 years in a row. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I didn't think
No basis at
Nebraska
all
was
for
going to
that.
lose to Iowa for 7 years in a row, but here we are. Granted, we're not two powerhouses, but still, it's a rivalry.
Yeah, but Iowa has just been a lot farther ahead of us
So Headley, right now on FanDuel, Michigan is -1 for the Ohio State game. So do you want to hammer Ohio State +1 right now?
It's crazy that it even exists right now. That is just remarkable. Dude, Jim Harbaugh, my whole life, Jim Harbaugh has just been owned by Ohio State. You know, not my whole life, but, you know, my recent football watching years. And I just can't see him, conquering it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Maybe he'll prove me wrong.
It's always out there. He proved me wrong the last couple of years. I didn't think they were going to get it done, but they did. So next thing, did you guys hear about this? I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Kentucky quarterback Will Levis, apparently his draft stock is going down, and I will read exactly why. This says, quote, "A legitimate concern NFL teams have with Kentucky QB Will Levis is his deathly fear of milk. I've been told he screams in terror at even the sight of milk, let alone the taste. It impedes his daily tasks," the source said. "I'm worried how he'll fit in an NFL program." Legitimate stuff here.
That's not real, dude.
That is 100% real.
Would you find this on Reddit or something?
No.
Is that The Onion or something like that? That can't be real.
There's no way that's real.
I look up Will Levis fear and nothing pops up with milk.
Fake
Max,
headlines, man.
why
Mac-
are you peddling that?
No, it's dude, 100%.
misinformation? The guy
It's on
is afraid of
fan-sided.
milk.
What you read is actually word for word right here from delish.com. Food.
Yeah.
news.
Delish.com.
It's also on fan sided. I do see that.
It is
These
from
are two
Jacob.
sites I've never heard of before.
It's
Mayo-
from Jacob Infante. He's a lead NFL draft analyst. He's on Twitter.
And dude, this guy likes mayo in his coffee. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I did see that. That was weird, but I'm no longer.
If he likes
surprised.
mayo in his coffee, he's definitely draft stocks lowering one way or another.
I think it's
Dude, I'm
his
actually-
draft stock was so high.
I don't get surprised when people like mayo in weird places anymore. Like there are some people that just love mayo.
All right,
I,
Brad.
I like mayo. Brad also loves mayo.
Let me search this. Will Levis. I mean, this is so bizarre. It should come up with me just typing his name.
It's there on all these weird websites. Daily Snark.
Huh.
Yahoo. It is on Reddit.
Hey, the only way we're gonna find out is if he is drafted top 10 or not. If he's not, then that lowered the draft stock, man.
Yeah. Like, I think it was insane that his stock was so high in the first place. I mean, he was a slightly average quarterback in the SEC. I think he had a lot of turnovers, didn't throw for a lot of yards. He didn't really do anything flashy. So,
I mean, again, I'm seeing this story on Yahoo. I see it on Sports Illustrated. So maybe everyone's getting spoofed by this claim, but
I mean,
it's out there.
I would believe it because the guy doesn't like mayo in his coffee. So most
What do you
people
mean he
put a
does?
little.
he does love mayo in his coffee.
Yeah,
look
I'm
at
saying like most people put a little bit of milk in there.
the
Yeah.
site, too, on this one right here. They got a picture of him putting mayo in his coffee.
Will Levis, weird guy. And now we know why he puts mayo in his coffee, guys, because he's not gonna
He's
put
afraid of milk.
Yeah. That actually everything is coming together now.
I think he might have just had one day where he woke up, drank a glass of milk, and found he was lactose intolerant. And it was just a nightmare for him. Always definitely
Because Devin, then he would just say that he's lactose intolerant. You know what I mean?
He's not. Then he wouldn't be deathly afraid of milk.
That he is deathly afraid of it. His bowels would not recover.
Hey, Max, I gotta say it. Nothing goes better with copy than a drop of mayo.
Oh man.
I don't understand.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know if we
funny.
can recover the pod from that one.
That was good.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Let's move on to the next topic.
Okay, we are going to move on from that, but just keep an eye on Will Levis, folks. Next thing, update on the Brian Ferentz points tracker. It is currently at 0, so he could be in some trouble if those things don't pick up. And then last thing for some of the general discussion here. So Power 6 awards for the upcoming year. So this entire football season coming up, I figure we can think of a few awards and keep a running tally of the front runners. I think one that we can start with is the Cheeto Guy of the Year award. Brad, Headley, and myself famously ran into this gentleman in Ann Arbor, Michigan last season. And I think this one's going to go to any fan that any of us run into at any game that just reminds you of a Cheeto guy. And they get the award.
A characteristic of Cheeto Guy is cheering when your team gets injured.
Yes.
That's a very common characteristic right there.
Yeah. Also just generally is kind of a douchebag.
Okay. So he's a Puffs guy. Is he Cheetos
So
Puffs?
Yeah.
would I get Cheeto Finger guy for the Illinois game or Indiana game?
Oh yeah, Isaiah, I could very well see you having 2 or 3 nominations for this award this year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. As soon as you said cheering for when a team's injured, I'm like, all right, I guess I did that.
So, Max, is this the only award you have lined up right now?
So that was one, and again, we'll keep running tabs on that week by week. The only other one I had is
I'll start
we're gonna
brainstorming on this.
yeah. But we definitely need more than just this one. The only other one I had is I want to keep a running ranking of the top 5 week by week of our top 5 weirdest or most annoying coaches in the country. Right now, I would say leading the way at number 1 in the rankings has to be PJ Fleck.
Yeah, I would agree. That was
Oh
number
my
1 on my
God.
list. You know, it's funny, we were asking for Fleck to be our coach at one point, so.
Dude,
I was not.
speaking of weird coaches, I know he's not a football coach, but Fran McCaffrey is a weird dude.
Yeah.
He is a weird dude.
When I think of weird coach, Fran McCaffrey comes front of my mind.
Yeah. It's a good one for basketball, that's for sure. Oh, we should no. I was gonna say Lane Kiffin, but I really like Lane Kiffin. This has to be like annoying.
He's kind of strange though. If it's weird, we're looking for.
Well, if we want to talk about weird, Scott Frost.
He's not a coach right now.
Well, he was.
Does it have
Guy
to
hits
be-
on cart girls, man. He's
who
married.
does it on Cart Girls?
He's married, man.
Oh, we could put Deion Sanders in here.
Oh,
Uh,
100%.
I'd say he's probably at the top of mine. He brought his luggage and it's Louis.
I'll put it number 2 right now.
And his recruits take pictures with it. And my question: does the coach have to be a college football coach, or can it be any coach?
In this case, I'm going to say it has to be a college football coach, but it can be a coordinator
Okay, so it could be any coach.
in
Just
college
has to be a
football.
college football coach.
Yeah.
Could be a coordinator, special teams. Okay.
I think
Trying to
James
think,
Franklin's kind of weird.
Mm,
I just
Yeah.
don't. I think it's the bald guy thing, you know.
what about Dabo? Dabo can be.
Dabo
Freaking
can
weird.
be freaking weird.
The sprint out of the tunnel is that's weird. That is a
Make it
weird.
all about him.
Okay, I'm putting Dabo number 3 right now. We need 2 more to round out our first ever top 5 rankings here.
Hugh Freeze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got
that's
he's
almost-
got some baggage.
it's almost by default.
I
What
don't
about
know.
what about
Honorable
Brian
mention.
Kelly?
Brian, really?
LSU
Kelly is a
fake
strange
accent?
Yes.
man.
Oh yeah, fake accent.
Fake
Fake accent.
accent.
Doing the 360 camera with his
Yeah.
recruits.
Okay, Brian Kelly's 4.
Dude, I
Big
literally
time.
just have a search college football head coaches.
I
And
mean,
look
Jim
at
Harbaugh's weird.
Josh Heupel,
Nah, he's
Tennessee's
fine.
coach. Dude, look at. I should share my screen real quick. Look at this picture of this guy.
Oh, fucking Brett Bielema.
Dude, look at this. Look at this dude.
What's
I mean, you
wrong?
can't just.
That's a
Dude,
terrible
Brett
picture.
Brett
He's a
Bielema is
coach.
probably got to take number 5 right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. The Golden Corral spokesperson.
And then as the season goes on, the offseason and next year, we can definitely we'll update these each week, like the AP rankings. But right now we're standing at number 1 is PJ Fleck, 2 Deion Sanders, 3 Dabo Sweeney, 4 Brian Kelly, 5 Bielema. I think
Yeah.
that's good.
Voting system.
List to start. That's going to be a fun category. I also really like this superlative sort of idea. Just got to come up with some. I'm not going to go on the spot guy here.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just figured, I mean, this would be, we got to make this podcast a little more stupid. You know what I mean?
Headley, maybe you
So-
should have read the agenda. You would have had this ready, you know.
I didn't have time to read the agenda this week.
Neither did I.
Just kidding. I had time.
I was actually working this week. You know?
Actually, good thing you got it out of the way because the Masters is starting tomorrow.
Exactly. We just want to roll into the next topic since Devin
Yeah, I
brought
was
up
gonna
the
say, is that
Masters.
we can always think of more awards and we can hash them out next pod and stuff.
Wait, what was the other award?
We got Cheeto Guy of the Year, which we're gonna have to wait a little bit, to see.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we just have
yeah.
our most annoying coaches ranking.
Okay. We need to figure out how we're gonna do this fantasy football. So we talked about doing that this year.
What are you talking about?
Like we're gonna do college fantasy football between the six
Oh.
of us.
That
And
Yeah.
it's offline.
What?
I heard of it.
What'd you say, Devin?
A topic for offline instead of it recording.
No, I was just letting the viewers and listeners know that we're still planning on doing it.
It's in the works. It's in the works.
Yeah, it's in the works. Hasn't started, but it's in the
All
works.
right. We can move on from that though. Like I said, I think we think of a few more Power Six awards to keep track of through the year, keep some nominees in our heads through the year. I think that'll be a really fun bit. So we'll definitely have more where that's Kim and Prim. Our next and last football topic for the night. I think I'm going to switch it up slightly. We're going to go through some teams as they are right now, look at their current win totals, and we're going to see what we're thinking over or under. How does that sound?
Okay, okay.
Like a little.
You just
shotgun.
gonna list off the teams?
Yeah, so first one we start with here, Georgia, over under their total right now, 11.5. So if you want the over, they got to have a perfect season.
I mean, I'm just gonna go under because like that's
Dude,
hard.
that is a
Why would they
crazy
put?
line.
Is that
That
for?
is.
Is that regular season or total?
Yeah,
like-
regular season.
Yeah, I'm going under for regular season.
They
What, 12?
did
12?
not lose last year, correct?
They went undefeated last year.
Um,
They only lost once the year before, and it was the SEC championship, right?
yes, I
Lost to Auburn or something.
Sounds right. Honestly, Georgia's schedule's pretty favorable this year. They don't play LSU. They don't play Alabama.
I'd take the over. If Stetson Bennett could win on that team, I think any quarterback's going to come in and play pretty well.
I'm gonna take the
Man.
under.
I'm gonna say I don't think I personally would not touch this line. Actually throwing something down on it, but I'd have to lean the under.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't touch it either, but that was the first team he threw out to us.
No, I know.
You gotta make things hard, dude.
All right, let's head back up to the Big Ten here. Iowa over under 8.5.
I'm gonna take the over.
I'm also going to take the over. They got
New quarterback.
ride or die for.
Brian Ferentz actually has to do his job.
I like over a lot. Iowa has an easy schedule next year, and every like 3-4 years they just pull out a 10-win season.
That's true. What are their crossover games next year? Let me look it up.
Dude, it is.
As long as they have an offensive line, they should easily get 8.5.
I was wondering at first why that was 8.5, but yeah, definitely the new quarterback situation.
Dude,
It's
they're gonna be favored in pretty much every game they play, I think.
Yeah, they miss Michigan and Ohio State. Their crossover games are Penn State, Michigan State, and Rutgers.
Still, I mean, not cupcakes at all, but
no. Who was the quarterback? It wasn't McNamara, was it?
Yeah, it's McNamara.
Yeah, he's at Iowa now.
Okay, and who's the one that stayed at Michigan? I get them mixed up.
Oh
McCarthy.
God, McCarthy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking McCaffrey for some reason.
JJ McCarthy.
I went to Ann Arbor and cheered on his downfall like my life depended on it.
So you were a Cheeto finger guy.
No, Cheeto finger guy was
I
4
was
rows behind.
cheering for the spread. I was cheering for us to cover. Cheeto guy was cheering for us to leave his state.
All right. Next one, Penn State. Interesting one. Over under 9.5. Man, I like that over. Last year they went 10-2. Only losses were to Michigan, Ohio State, and I think they might just do the exact same thing.
Wait, what?
That's
Penn
tough.
State,
That's
Penn State's
What's
always-
Penn State?
9.5.
But see, I could see
I-
them losing just one more game and
Yeah.
I'm gonna say over, and
I'm gonna
I
say
really feel
under.
for Penn State and Penn State fans because if they were to be in the West, they would have been in the Big Ten. They would have been playing in the Big Ten championship like 3, 4, 5 years in a row now.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go under here.
That's fair.
I think they'll go 9-3.
Oh, I might take the over.
That
Looking
was
at
a tough one.
looking at their schedule, yeah, honestly, I would stay away from this line. Looking at their schedule, I don't know enough about all of the other teams aside that Ohio State's gonna be good. Michigan's gonna be good. Iowa could be a tough battle for them, but it's at Penn State. They have to go to Michigan State if Michigan State can finally get their shit together. There's a couple sneaky games.
I think their toughest games are Ohio State, Michigan, and Michigan State, and maybe Iowa.
Would you say Michigan State was one of their toughest games?
I think Michigan State will have a good year. Mel Tucker will be out of the hot seat after this year.
I'm
Heard
not
it here
buying.
first. Heard it here first, folks.
I'm not picking Michigan State to win after what they did to me last year.
All right, what about this on the Big Ten East? So Michigan and Ohio State, both of their win totals are at 10.5.
Said Michigan and Ohio State
Yep, they're both at 10.5.
I like that.
over for both.
Yeah.
I would say over for both. I think they're gonna.
Michigan's only loss
gonna
is going to
suck
be
this
to
year,
Nebraska
except for
week
those
4.
I would disagree. I think Michigan's only loss may be to Ohio State.
I
The
know.
thing is, though,
Get
if
it.
you're taking over on both, they both play each other. So there's one loss automatically for one of them. So you're saying that they'll run the table besides the last game of the year?
Yeah, unless Ohio State loses to a Purdue or a Penn State.
I mean, Ohio State's got a tough schedule. Out of conference, they play Notre Dame, who I think is going to be really good this year. And then they're in the East, so they play Penn State, they play Michigan State, Michigan. Crossover game, they play Wisconsin and Purdue. I think it's gonna be tough for Ohio State. I like Ohio State under because I think they'll win 10 games. I think they lose 2 games.
They got that dog in them.
I would be more confident taking and betting the Michigan over rather than making a decision on the Ohio State line. Does that make
That's fair.
sense?
I think Michigan's going to have a 3-peat on Ohio State, and that's the only loss Ohio State will have.
I think it's all going to come down to the quarterback. I haven't read much, but I have no idea who the starting quarterback for Ohio State is going to be.
Dylan Raiola is going to leave high school early, starting quarterback Ohio State.
You're just praying for the man. You really don't want him to come, do you?
I don't think he's going to come, man.
Michigan has an easy out-of-conference schedule. They have East Carolina, which is sort of tough, but then they play UNLV and Bowling Green. It's kind of lame.
They play old Ohio State plays Bo Pelini's old team, Youngstown.
Yeah. In state, little game there. All right, let's wrap it up here with a couple more. This is this one is probably the most unknown of all teams in college football. Colorado on FanDuel right now, 4.5 wins.
I'm taking the under.
I like the under as well. That team won. They went 1-11 last year, with their one win being in overtime to Cal, who was terrible. They were a second away from being 0-12.
Yeah, I think what Dion did at Jackson State is something to not acknowledge. I think it was impressive, but it wasn't smash mouth, big time Division I football in the Pac-12. I think the Pac-12 has some really good teams in there right now. I think he's going to be in for a wake-up call.
I agree because he was doing things that those schools didn't do. You know, he's bringing in 5 stars. So that played a big part in his success at Jackson State or wherever he was.
You could argue the same point that he's doing that in Colorado too.
Yeah, it's a lot different though. He's gonna be playing schools that also bring in 5 stars. It's not just him being the only team in his conference that was getting a bunch of 5 stars.
Yeah, he was able to out-talent other teams in the FCS. You're not going to out-talent teams in the FBS. Everyone's going to have at least 3 and 4 stars and some 5 stars mixed in there too.
But you can't discredit that he's probably got the 2 best corners in college football.
Yeah.
Regular season ranking wise.
Recruits, yeah.
So it's just you're just gonna have to see how it goes. I think the September 9th where they play
Yep.
when they play Alaska. I think that's gonna be a much bigger game than people think. I think that's gonna kind of dictate the way their season's gonna go.
And on top of that too, Colorado has a tough schedule. They play all Power 5 teams except for one game. They play Colorado State out of the Mountain West. So, I mean, they have a brutal schedule.
Hey, he's bringing his luggage and it's Louis.
Yeah, I totally forgot they start off at TCU too.
Yeah, they have a tough. I'm taking the under as well. Like Max said, they have a very tough schedule ahead of them, especially starting
Ooh.
TCU, then Nebraska. Like they're gonna be 0-2 after the first 2 games.
Maybe
It's gonna be.
State, but then they go to Oregon, host USC.
They could have another 1-12 season easily.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see.
And on top of that too, I mean, you just keep piling on the stuff here, but I mean, the Pac-12 was really good last year.
They were.
So
Definitely, yeah.
tough.
They
tough.
just
What
all
about-
beat each other out. It was a
Jacob, what
problem.
do you think? Colorado 4.5 wins.
I'm thinking under, just because they have a really tough schedule and a turnaround, new coaching staff and everything. Not
Yeah.
gonna be easy.
Totally agree.
Even
gonna
with
be-
the
And
Louis luggage.
It's gonna be interesting, of course, though, with the change of the playoff, obviously 12-team playoff, and then of course UCLA and USC leaving, what that conference will even look like after this year.
Yeah.
True.
Colorado actually has a beast of a schedule. Like that is tough.
They do. It is brutal.
Max, do they have one of the toughest schedules this year?
Colorado, it'll probably be, I mean, it'll be at least top 20. I could definitely see it being, yeah, top 10, really high.
I mean, they play every good team in the Pac-12. I think they got USC, UCLA, Utah, and Oregon. Like that's
Yeah.
just that's gonna be.
And they're
tough.
out of conferences, TCU and Nebraska. You know, I mean, they don't have any cupcake games. Even Colorado State, it's not an FCS school. You're playing a group of 5 school there. It's in state, tough.
That's hard.
Does not have them in the top 10 for toughest schedules this going into this season.
ESPN.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
It's illustrated.
Well,
Number-
according to the Power 6, Colorado does have a top 10 strength of schedule next season.
I would give them a
Wait,
top
what?
10 right there.
Ohio
According
State
to
has
Power
the
6.
8.
We're our own source now.
Yeah. According to us,
Yeah.
they got a tough schedule.
Number 1 is South Carolina.
I just said
I mean,
that.
SEC, give me a break.
Didn't hear you.
Michigan State's got the number 2 toughest.
Mhm. West Virginia, who cares about them? Ole Miss,
They also
Missouri,
play.
Houston, Florida, Iowa State, Ohio State.
I mean, I'm gonna be
Kansas
honest. I
State.
think the only reason that Colorado
Kentucky.
isn't super high is because some of these people are undervaluing the Pac-12. I think the Pac-12 is a lot better than some
They
people
prob-
are giving them
They
credit
probably
for.
have the hardest schedule in the Pac-12.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more here before we move on. Let's go with the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Right now, it's sitting at 5.5.
Over.
Kool-Aid over.
We are, guys, you got to remember, we are a professional, non-biased sports commentating organization.
It's off season.
I
Off
got-
season means I can drink all that Kool-Aid.
I got to look at this schedule.
Yeah, Oregon has the toughest schedule in Pac-12 via
There's just
24/7
such
sports.
A good chance that we start off 0-2, and then
If we lose the first game, then we're gonna go freaking 4-8.
I like what you had said before, Headley. We're either starting 2-0 or 0-2.
Yeah, and last time we played Northern Illinois, they did beat us.
No, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. The only group of 5 schools we've lost to over the last few years was Georgia Southern last year and then Troy in 2018.
Where do you guys think the Big
I'm
Ten
only seeing
or
2 games on our schedule that are for sure wins.
2 games? What, Northern Illinois and La Tech?
Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. I'm gonna go under.
We play Maryland.
Dude, Maryland went to a bowl game last year, dude.
Okay, we play Maryland.
In the Big Ten East, that's saying something.
Do you remember when we played Maryland last time? It's like 70-20.
I mean,
Was that like
yeah,
2017 or something?
It was like 20.
it was
no,
like 2018
it was
or
2019.
19, and we played at Maryland and we beat them like 45-7.
I thought we dropped the bomb on them, so I'm not worried about Maryland.
4 years ago. Just a completely different roster.
I redact my statement about Northern Illinois. I was wrong. I must have been thinking of somebody else. But I agree with Headley. I think there's only 2 games on our schedule that I would say I am 80 to 90% sure we win, and that's Northern Illinois and La Tech. The Big Ten is such a toss-up. I wouldn't be comfortable making a decision until I see how the season's playing out.
We played
Well-
Maryland at home too.
Well, yeah, obviously now I would say we should beat Northwestern. Weren't we Northwestern's only win last year?
Yeah, that was Northwestern's gonna be really bad too. I do want to say that. I think Northwestern I'd put over like the 80% win
Yeah.
chance.
Right. But then again, isn't it are odd years bad for Northwestern, or is it even years? I know we talked about this last time. But
I mean, the last,
It was even years were good years.
but
Yeah.
last year they sucked. So
They did suck, so maybe they're in for a good year. It's hard to say with the Big Ten. It's so up and down. Such a tough conference. Don't see us beating Wisconsin. I think Iowa could get revenge on us this year. Purdue's going to be tough. Michigan, we're going to lose. Yeah, there's a lot of
Illinois is tough.
Illinois is tough. Chase Brown's not coming back though, is he? That running back from Illinois.
I actually don't know that I could say for sure on that. I don't know.
He should just go to the league. That guy's a stud.
I don't know if he would draft that high enough though. There's a lot of good running backs in the draft this year.
He's pretty good right back.
I do want to say, and I want to tread lightly with this, but there's the possibility that Nebraska does start 4-0 and we're going to September 30th. Michigan is coming into Memorial Stadium with 2 undefeated teams.
That could be
Just-
game.
Imagine that for a second. Isn't that a fun thought?
What?
Undefeated Nebraska, undefeated Michigan in Lincoln.
I
That
think
seems like a game. that we should
Michigan
get
number
hyped up
2
for, but
and
lose by
Nebraska number
35. Like
23.
I've seen this before.
Oh, you're 100% right, Headley. But the week leading up to that would be really fun,
Dude,
Yeah.
we'd have college game day.
potentially.
If we were 4-0 going into the Michigan game, I could see college game day coming to Lincoln.
I think
We'd
so.
probably be ranked too because we'd have 2 Power 5 wins. We'd win at Minnesota, win at Colorado.
Yeah.
It's nothing
Yeah.
to scoff at.
I think the game against Colorado carries more weight than the game that with Minnesota, just because of the hype behind Deion Sanders. I think if we,
I mean, I think there's as much hype around both coaches. Deion Sanders just runs his mouth. That's the difference.
he also took 2 years to turn a know-nothing program into like undefeated. So I would
Just like
say-
how we talked about how he brought in players that are 5 stars where other schools couldn't do that.
I mean, he had to do basically nothing to bring those players in.
It's just because of his namesake.
Would you not do the same thing?
No, the players were doing it. He had, like you said, he didn't have to do anything.
Right.
He didn't
But
have
it-
to do the work, but he's actually going to have to do the work in a bigger school.
He hasn't done any of it so far.
I think he's going to flop.
He literally tweets on Twitter, I need 4 big boy D linemen to come to Colorado. You know where I'm at. And then boom, he's getting big recruits.
Bro, it's because of his mouth. That's all I'm saying.
And that I'm agreeing with you, Isaiah, but that's why
I think he's going to flop.
Colorado game. And there's a lot more hype around the Colorado game than there is Minnesota.
Okay,
PJ
yeah, I would agree with that. Yes.
PJ Fleck's been doing what he's been doing at Minnesota for years now.
We are playing 2 mouthy coaches that I hate, both of them and their schools, to start out the year. So that's
I couldn't agree more. I don't think
Yeah.
there's a school I hate more than Colorado.
they're probably number 2 or 3 on my most hated list.
Texas, Colorado, and Oklahoma.
I have a little bit of respect for Texas.
What? Oklahoma, dude? Who cares about Oklahoma anymore? They're not even close to Texas, Colorado, Iowa.
That wasn't saying them in order.
Oh.
I was just listing off some teams that historically I fucking hate.
I mean, yeah,
That's
but honestly, I have respect for Oklahoma because we were able to
Yes.
get set up to actually play them again.
That's true.
Those were the games I was most excited for these last couple of years, was watching Oklahoma come back to Memorial Stadium. It was unreal. Now this Colorado game, I fucking hate Colorado. Like, I don't care. I just want us to smoke them.
Yeah. I'd love for us to start off 2-0 with wins over Minnesota and Colorado. And if Matt Rule does that, he will have accomplished in 2 weeks more than Scott Frost did in his entire 4.5 years in Nebraska too. So he has that chance.
Well, how many times did Scott Frost lose an opening season game?
He only won 1.
When I think of head coaches, starting out seasons, I like to think, go back to the Bo Pelini standard. We are almost guaranteed to go into conference play undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? Now, obviously, it's different with us starting off with a conference game, in like week 0 or week 1. So
Week
that's gonna
1.
be a matchup.
You know, that is freaking crazy though. We have 1 seasoning opening win in the last 5 seasons. 1.
Because we had Ohio State lost, Illinois we lost, Northwestern we lost. Who else did we lose to?
Well, 2018 we lost to Colorado because the Akron game got canceled. Lost to Colorado. 2019 was the 1 win. We beat South Alabama at home. 2020 we lost to Ohio State. 2021 we lost to Illinois. 2022 we lost to Northwestern. So.
And those used to be like the games I'm like, do I even need to watch? We're gonna blow them out.
I wish, man.
Bring back Bo.
Those were the games with the blood flowing. When you were smoking an opponent, you're like, oh my God, we're going to go to the national championship this year.
Well,
Yeah.
we haven't done that since Bo. So
No, we haven't.
bring
And
back Bo.
That's why I say that's my standard when it comes to how we should approach non-conference play. It's nothing against the teams we play, but we should be expected to go in there and win those games. And we just haven't done that these last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. It's been tough to start out the season. Anyway, though, we'll get moving on here. That was
I think we should start a petition to bring back Bo.
yeah, right. All right, let's get into our wild card topic this week. And I'm gonna start by saying just a super quick side comment.
Max,
You freeze?
he froze.
Oh
0.
no!
Max,
Wait, are we good? Are we good?
you
No,
froze.
What was your side comment?
What was your side comment? You froze there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I was freaking out.
It was great timing.
Okay.
I just have to start off with a really good side comment.
And you went,
For us.
you were froze like this for like 5 seconds.
Oh, that's brutal. I think we're good now, though. I don't know what just happened there. I think we're good.
Tell
Zero.
Ryan to get off the video games, man. You're freezing.
Oh no.
This is like
Is it okay?
It's like week 8 all over again.
Yeah, let's hear it. What was your side comment?
I was just gonna say that the Isaiah chip in counter is at 0.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eh?
Did you guys
Good shout, good
discuss
shout.
that last time? What
Dude.
the number was?
No, we didn't decide the number. So for golf this year, I was talking to Headley on the phone last Friday, and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna chip in, a handful of times this year.
What's a
He's like-
handful? Just give us your number.
I'm getting there. So he's like, all right, let's make a line. And I'm like, all right, 6.5. So I gotta have more than 6.5 chip ins this year.
Send us in
I
your
actually that's not exactly what happened. It's funnier how it actually went down. You brought this up out of nowhere. This is how the phone call went. Hey, how you think you're gonna play tomorrow? Good. I think I'm gonna get 6.5 chip ins this year. That's like literally he had a number in his head, right? Like I'm ready to change the bet to make it more interesting because this is just it's not even gonna be close, man.
Dude, I've almost chipped in. I haven't done it yet. I've almost chipped in 6 times already.
almost and have are two completely different things.
I understand. I
Those are-
understand. It's gonna happen.
And hand grenades, my man. So yeah,
I
listen,
played 5 full rounds this year, and I've almost had at least 10. So
I'm comfortable going to
Send
3.5,
in your
man.
comments. Do you think Isaiah is gonna hit 6.5 chip ins this year?
Max, put it in the Twitter poll.
We'll do a Twitter poll. We'll do a Twitter poll.
Discussed this on Sunday when we went and golfed at Shoreline. We said, Isaiah, when is the line cut off? Like, when can you stop counting?
It's when we can't play golf anymore.
Because we can
2023
no
is for
golf.
the year of 2023.
Yeah, 2023. So
Okay.
December 2023 at the end of, December 31st.
But
it's
is
cut
that
off.
does it have to be actual golf courses or
Yes. It's
you
not gonna be on
just-
the. I'm gonna be on the putting. I'm gonna be on the
Simulator-
putting green. No, it has to be an actual
during an
golf
actual
course.
round. Yeah.
Bring a round on a real course? Can't be a simulator. 6.5 is what you're saying.
No, not a sim. I'm not counting. If I got a simulator hole in one, I wouldn't count it. Are you kidding me?
I would. That's pretty impressive still.
I
The
mean,
simulator.
I wouldn't count it as like a official one, but it would be a story
Yeah,
that I would
yeah, I was
brag
bring it
about.
up. I'd bring it up for
Hey,
sure.
I would just be like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, Max, like, oh yeah, I just chipped in. I'd be like, yeah, but you don't have a simulator hole in one.
I would say that's kind of like when someone wins the long drive at Willow Lakes. That's for sure. It's right up there.
Hey, how
Yeah,
much
win
money?
it
How much
and
money
then
did you win,
follow up.
Max? Huh?
$6.
Hey, I won 29, Bucko.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Enzo, that's what we're concerned about.
Hey, I'm in 5th place in
All
the
right.
Defender Cup. Thank you very much. Max,
Anyway,
Max and let me scroll down here.
we need to
Max
get
is in
moving on with the
ninth-
topics here, Isaiah.
9th place. Devin, hey, want to talk about Devin's round at Willow Lakes?
I
Hey,
don't think Devin wants to talk
I
about it.
got a strategy behind that. I am buffing my handicap, guys.
Well, your
I'm-
handicap can only max out at 30, so it
That's
doesn't
fine.
matter.
I just wanted to make sure it hit 30. I had to lose a lot of strokes for it to hit 30.
Well, 21 plus 30 is quite a bit.
Hey, that's fine with me. Because next time I go out, I'm just gonna be throwing darts.
Dart party.
All right. With that, before we get into this month's wild card topic, let's review BARch Madness. Wild card topic. We had all of our polls. Did you guys see the results of the Natty?
I did
I
not.
did not.
I don't even think I voted for the Natty.
It was
Let's go.
Good Life versus Oscars, number 1 and number 2. It ended with 22 votes, 11 votes each, 50-50. We don't have a national champion.
What?
I'm dead serious. It ended 50-50.
It did.
I would have voted Oscars.
Look at that.
I would have voted Oscars. That
Yeah.
Oscars wins.
Hey, I have a confession to make about this. Guys, I voted Good Life.
Oh,
It was an impulse vote because I got Oscar's takeout the night that I voted on this.
Can you
And it
see
was the
what you
worst
voted?
pizza I've had from Oscar's in my life. They gave
oh
me a
brutal.
bad pizza and I ate this bad pizza right before I voted. So it was, it was just bad timing, really.
I will
think if I would
say
have voted the day before, I would have voted Oscars.
we should post the video on Twitter of Devin trying to stick the magnet on the air conditioner.
Honestly, I think that's why I voted Good Life too.
This guy took like 30 throws to get on the.
It is a
air
lot harder
conditioner.
than it looks.
I
Okay.
got it in 3 throws.
Okay, sorry, Isaiah. I'm not as good as you. You know what? My line for chip-ins, 7.5.
For you? What,
Yeah,
for your
yeah.
lifetime?
No, next week, bud.
Hey, try to get 7.5 one putts and I'll accept that.
I had that on Sunday.
Anyway,
Hey, I
are you
had that
guys-
in Defender Cup.
What should we do about the BARch Madness championship? Should we
I
just
said-
leave it 50?
I said I would have voted Oscars.
Isaiah, that's not official.
We have
I
to have,
don't know how we're gonna figure this out. That's just
I have a suggestion. Hear me out. Now I know when we do our podcast recording, there's not a lot done with each other in person. But say we do a food review and we get pizza from each place
And
wi-
wings.
wings from each place, and we all get together and we do a review.
And
And-
fries.
What? And fries.
And fries,
And-
yeah.
Hey, they both have fried pickles. Let's go.
Oh God.
We don't want to review the fried pickles then. But
I'll order the fried pickles from each one.
and then we
Don't worry
review
about
it, and we come to a collective decision.
maybe we just have to crown both as champion. I don't know. Maybe we have to invite both to the White House.
That was funny.
When have we ever gotten together and said, "Hey, do you guys want to go watch a game?" Oh yeah, sure. Let's go to the good life. We've
We've done that. No, we've done that. But we
times.
did that for a Monday night game.
What?
How many times have
I
we
mean,
done it for
more-
Oscars?
We do it a lot for Oscars.
Right, right.
We've done it like at least 6 times for Oscars.
No,
Yeah, over
crap.
under 6.5 Oscars.
We're under 6.5 Oscars.
Also, Good Life is really out of the way for a lot of us.
Not for
Just you.
Max and myself.
That's true.
Which
Good Life
one?
and Oscars are both really close to us, Devin. So
We got the
I'm
best.
talking
one.
about
Kind of
Good
a
Life
stretch
and
for me.
Papio.
Oh, that's the bad good life.
oh god,
That's a good life.
good.
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 All right, we can decide this somehow, some way.
Get it figured out. We'll talk to the other two guys and get it figured out.
Yeah, and like Jacob said, maybe both have to get invited to the Power 6 White House, but
Yeah, they just both have to sponsor us.
So we're gonna bring owner of Oscars and Good Life together. We get it on video. They're gonna do an arm wrestling match, and whoever wins is the winner.
I think.
yeah, if we could get that.
Actually, not an awful idea right there.
Just be like, hey guys, we run a professional sports media company. We're trying to decide the winner of who has the best sports bar in Omaha. You guys got to do an arm wrestling match. Whoever wins, you're the winner.
Whoever wins,
Yeah.
we will record a podcast and a meet and greet at that.
At your sports bar,
A meet and greet.
a meet and greet with the Power 6 podcast. All 6 of our listeners are going to show up, buy food from you guys,
A lot of
shut
views
the
on-
place down for the night.
There we go.
All right,
let's figure it out.
we're gonna get into the wild card topic this week, which has to be because it is Masters week, about golf, about the Masters. We're gonna run through some Masters golf, some live golf dilemma, and we're gonna give some picks for the Masters. Why not?
Sir.
I'm gonna start out by saying that I know it's a pretty what's the word? Polarizing topic. The live players now for the first time coming amongst everyone else. I am actively rooting against live players. I'm just gonna say it.
I agree.
I'm behind you.
I
I don't
I'm
like
gonna
live.
disagree with you guys. I'm disagreeing with you guys.
I don't like live. I think live's stupid. Their country. If women don't wear a certain type of clothes, they can get killed.
I don't think they're representing a country.
I
Isaiah,
don't
dude.
think
Dude, the
so.
country,
it
the
is
country pays
Saudi
for them
money,
to play
but-
golf. It's dirty money. That's all it is.
I-
It's dirty
I don't
money.
think- don't
I
see-
understand, but
It's got to be some sort of
if-
money laundering.
what if somebody
the
came to you and
world
said, "Hey,
produces
you can
money."
do. We're gonna pay you like 10. Like I don't know how much they're getting paid. We're gonna pay you more than you're getting paid, and also you only have to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like you're taking that, right?
Yeah. I think before we decide if we're going to be rooting against or for, let's ask you guys a question. If you were a PGA Tour player and you were approached by Greg Norman asking you to join Live for, we'll say, $150 million signing bonus, would you take it?
No, I'd say suck my fat wiener.
This
I
is a
would have a
family
very hard time.
television show.
I would
I
have a
said
very hard time.
fat wiener.
No, I'd have a
Uh-huh.
hard time saying no.
Dude, the tradition of PGA, you're gonna give that away to go make money? Are you kidding me?
But
No,
what about the
Isaiah, let me-
tradition
let
of
me-
1 day less of work a week and more money?
Dude, they do teams. It's stupid.
Let me
You're not
give you
even playing for yourself.
The live format is comically stupid.
It's so
It
dumb.
is.
It
It's so
is.
dumb.
It's
So dumb.
definitely failing in terms of their viewership.
So bad.
That's obvious. But let me ask you it in this type of scenario, Isaiah. Say you're a top 25 player on the PGA Tour. You're competing in every week and you're winning some. Are you staying or going? I think I'm staying at that point. If I know I'm competing and I'm winning some of the time, I'm going to stay.
If I'm a big name in golf.
But
Regardless.
now, say you're floating between 115 and 125, like you're barely making it to the FedEx Cup playoffs, and you get approached with a big offer. Are you leaving or going?
I'm staying.
No, at
I-
that point,
Do you
you're
wanna be
going- At that
televised?
point, you're going to live because you're a scrub. But the thing is, not a lot of scrubs went to live. They were already.
It's all the big players. It's no scrubs went to live.
I would argue that there are more lesser name players going to live. They
still
were
got
made big
Brooks.
names who went to live.
They got
Dude,
they got
Liv
Brooks,
got-
they
Liv
got
got
DJ.
Big name
They
players.
got Cameron
Phil,
Smith.
Brooks.
Man,
Well, yeah,
Cameron Smith
but
surprised me. Kevin Knox.
aside from Cameron Smith and maybe Dustin Johnson, the players weren't necessarily winning on a regular basis. Phil won
No, you're not wrong about that. You're not wrong about that.
a championship like in a couple years ago.
They're still
I don't know. Yeah, DJ was definitely winning.
Yeah.
Right. DJ was, and so was Cam Smith. Cam Smith was number 2 in the world. So that you can't ignore. Though those guys at that point, I question why they left. Obviously, it was money. And I don't blame them. Money has power. People say money doesn't buy happiness. I think they're stupid. Money has a big influence. But then you look at the guys like Harold Varner, and see, I can't even name some of the guys.
What, that went to live?
Abraham Answer.
Yeah.
Guys that aren't
Mito Pereira.
Abraham Answer was playing good golf though.
He
for a little
was.
while.
He was for a little bit, but he wasn't ranked super high.
Wait, so
Here's-
Mito
here's-
went to live too?
Yeah. Here,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a couple of things. So I think that the PGA was clearly undervaluing and underpaying its players because they have now this year upped a lot of the purses by tens of millions of dollars. They were getting away with it because they had a monopoly on professional golf. They were the only league. So I think the only good thing for Live that has happened because of Live is golfers left, and it forced the PGA to compensate their players like actual professional athletes like the NFL, MLB, and all those other leagues do.
Right.
The other thing I'll say with that is that I feel like these players, before they officially went to Live, could have gone to the PGA, who gave them their professional opportunity to begin with and provided the start for their career, could have gone to the PGA and said, hey, we have a golf league that's offering us an absurd amount of money. If you don't up your pay, just so you know, I'm going to have to leave. I feel as though that conversation could have been had to begin with,
Well,
to
do we
to
know
start
that
out with.
that wasn't.
Yeah, I was
That conversation definitely probably was
say that
had.
happened.
I don't think that conversation ever happened. I think
threatened to say if you're going to go play in live golf events, you're going to be banned from the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
And that's the other point I was going to bring up. I would not think it's petty or unreasonable at all for the PGA and other major U.S. golf events like the Masters and the U.S. Open to ban these live golfers because they chose where they want to go. We had players stick with
Yeah, I
the
agree.
system and format that there is, and you had players leave. I do not think it would be ridiculous for the PGA and stuff to ban these players and be like, hey, you chose your way. You're not coming back now. We've upped the purses and the tradition and all this stuff for our current players who stuck with us and wanted to hash things out.
I agree because the PGA and all the majors, that's tradition. That's what golf has been for.
And that's what Will
However-
Zalatoris said.
Yeah, however long
Zalatoris got
golf
a-
has been golf.
Zalatoris got a live offer, but turned it down because he said for two big reasons. He's already making millions, and major wins and PGA wins and all that history getting in the record books with like Tiger Woods means more to him than what live could offer.
Yeah, what?
Right.
I got a team championship and live. Like, what does that even mean? Nobody cares.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
still an individual event. Like you're still playing individually, but your overall place as a team matters where your individual teammates end up. I have two points as to, the majors banning them. One, the Masters has already started doing that. I don't know if I'm getting this correctly, but the chairman, the guy that runs the Masters, he came out and said he intentionally did not invite Greg Norman due to live golf stuff going on. So you can already see that a past champion was not invited. And could that change? Yeah, it could. I definitely did. Depending on how it goes this week, there could be some changes where they're not invited back. But I do think they have viewership and money in the back of their minds. I think it's kind of exciting to see the live players and the PGA players come back together for an event because you are really getting the best players in the world competing for something again.
Oh yeah, that's
When
why
it
I'm
was-
so excited this week.
Right, and I would agree. I'm excited. Dustin Johnson was my favorite golfer before he left. I loved watching Dustin Johnson play. On the PGA games, I'd always play as Dustin Johnson. He's just awesome. But when he left, it's hard to watch live golf, when it was on YouTube. So that changed, but being able to watch him this weekend is going to be fun. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Now it's important to note that all of these big name players, and I saw it this morning from Dan Rappaport. He made a video on foreplay pod for Barstool, but all those big name players have not played well during their appearances on the Live Tour.
They have been kind of sucking.
They've
I mean,
all
this week, if you guys I understand if you want to cheer against live golfers. I really liked it.
Boo
They're
Liv.
there, and I think
Boo
this
Liv.
whole live thing has sucked for the sport of golf. I, for one, have not watched as much golf since live started, just because not all the big names are in one spot. But how awesome would it be if going into Sunday we have Dustin Johnson and Rory tied for the lead? Like, wouldn't that just be so great?
That would be
That would be-
awesome. That'd be great
be
for the game too.
Any live golfer and any PGA golfer tied for the lead going into the last day would just be so awesome. And
I don't think it's absurd to put your money on Cam Smith this weekend. The dude was playing the best golf of his life when he won the Open.
Well, now he's playing like shit and live. So
It's hard to say the guys are playing like shit because they're playing less. They're not having to play in as many tournaments. They took the money and left because it was a more lax and it wasn't as serious of a league. So I could see that's why they're maybe playing worse.
well, yeah. So they're not going to play good when it's more serious. I feel like.
I think if they take it a little bit, they're professionals.
But they're used to playing in these live tournaments now where it's more lax. They don't take it as serious. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to change your mindset from where you were at one point, go relax and then go back to more serious.
I
Golf
don't know. Masters is the Masters. Like, this is
Yeah.
just
golf is the most mental sport out there.
I
So
agree.
talking
I
about this
totally
stuff,
agree.
I do think that the live product has been really bad so far, and it's almost seemed like kind of a joke because you watch videos of the tournament and there's like music in the background and there's not a ton of fans, and the fans that are there like talking in the background of like swings and stuff. And the format is stupid. I don't know. It's just not doing golf right. And that's another reason why I've not liked live so far.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's going to be a great matchup this weekend. I'm curious to see where the live players fall on the leaderboard because there have been great
Last.
players. There have been great players on the come up. Max Homa's playing some really good golf right now. Those live players leaving really opened the door for players like Tony Finau and Matt Fitzpatrick to kind of come up and start winning some. So it's going to be interesting. It's really going to be the best of the best in the world, and I'm excited to watch it.
will the live players be wearing shorts tomorrow?
No,
I think they would get kicked out.
They would definitely get kicked out at that point.
That's crazy. Like, I mean, this is a profession. They're going to work in shorts. That is a ridiculous rule to me. Like, they can wear shorts.
You're saying like on the live tour?
Yes, like that is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
crazy.
No, that is crazy.
I
And
think
that's why it's a joke.
I think it's kind of acceptable. I mean, you gotta imagine and we'll talk about this later, but the par 3 contest, their weather conditions were like 90 plus degrees. They're
It's 90
humid.
there. Jeez.
It's going to be chilly there this weekend though in Augusta.
And yeah, they do have some rain forecasted, which really sucks. But today the humidity was so bad that they said it was like 90 plus.
Jeez.
Granted, it might not be the most professional look because golf was brought up as a gentleman's sport, very classy look, like people wearing dress slacks and the sweater vests and all that stuff. So that's why the pants have continued to stay. But
As they should.
It is going to be 50 and rainy for the weekend there. That is just tough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Do you guys have everything out live wise? And
Yes, I'm
I guess the last question I might have is do you think that if if Brooks, Koepka or DJ wanted to all of a sudden go back to the PGA, do you think that the PGA should let them?
And
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
don't think they're allowed under their contract. I saw somewhere that
No,
if
I know,
they,
not their live contract. No, but I'm just saying, hypothetically.
I think they've already made up their mind that they're not going to allow players back. They made it pretty clear that they're going to be banned for life if they decided to leave. But even if they wanted to, I think I saw that they wouldn't necessarily have the choice because they would be fined like 4 times their signing bonus. So
Mhm.
something like $100 million signing bonus would then have to owe the Live Golf League $400 million.
That's
which is-
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, they're screwed.
But
I really think that they should allow them back. I mean, the PGA has just not been that exciting for the last year or so. I mean, Scotty Scheffler's been awesome, but there really has not been a great storyline, in a while. I used to love watching, Bryson and Brooks, just like that
Going
drama,
at
the
it.
petty drama of golf, or
I
Patrick
agree,
Reed.
man.
I loved watching
I
him,
do miss that.
him do I loved watching Patrick Reed's antics.
I
I
don't
think
miss
golf is
Patrick
much
Reed.
better when everyone's together, or when all these great players are together.
That's why Live is stupid.
It's stupid, but still, like the fact that the PGA. I mean, weird. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with the live talk.
yeah, let's talk about
It's very frustrating.
let's talk about the
Yeah.
Masters in general. I want to
Yeah.
hear your guys' thoughts. Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler, man, he could go back to back.
Well,
So
He's
chose-
playing great golf right now.
I put money down on 3 players to win, and that would be Rory, John Rahm, and Will Zalatoris. I got those 3.
I can't complain on those. I would put some money on those guys too.
I
I
agree.
mean,
Will
Rory
Zalatoris.
and John Rahm have never won the Masters. I think they're due. I mean, they've been a couple of the 2 best players in the world for a long time now.
Well, neither has your twin, Will Zalatoris.
No, he's only been on the scene for a couple
He has
years
not
though, but he's
won a major yet, has he?
no, he has not, but he's finished second like 3 or 4 times.
Will Zalatoris, I guess he won one of the PGA championship events.
He hasn't won the PGA championship, but
No,
he's
it's like a 2-week event or something, right?
I don't know. He got a PGA Tour win last year, but his first one. But he's been super close in a lot of majors.
I hope they do a full swing episode for him, season 2. So I can just see Max on my TV. Max looks just like Will Sally.
I don't know about that.
Pretty close.
Will Zalatoris wears a lot skinnier pants than I would.
Just try it.
Zalatoris is the guy that hits the ball 300 yards, and you just go, how did that man do that?
How did Max win longest drive on hole 4? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you guys were actually the same, dude. Longest drive hitters, you're just sitting there. Damn, dude, that guy's got some torque in him.
All right, hold on. For those of you that don't know what Will Zalatoris looks like.
I think, honestly, I don't see it. I think, if anything, I think he looks like Happy Gilmore's caddy.
That's what a lot of people say.
That's where it came from. Will Zalatoris is tall.
Kind of looks like Max.
That
He
looks
looks
nothing
nothing
like
like
Max.
Max. Go to
That
go
doesn't.
to that first picture in the top left.
This
The
looks
first
like
one
Max.
definitely though. When he wears
Dude,
a
oh my
hat,
god, is that an alien?
when he wears
This-
a hat, I guess
this-
a little.
This
that
doesn't
does
look like
not.
it. No. This
That's
picture.
him, Isaiah.
This picture. When he was
I mean,
in this tournament, he looked like Max.
I don't see it.
okay,
Max
if
Wilson
he
does not
wears a
have
hat,
that.
then he's like, I don't know, skinny white dude with blonde hair. I guess that's Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he wears a hat, maybe. If he's not wearing a hat, he's like he
He's an
said, he's a
alien.
little bit of an alien.
This guy
wanna
looks like
talk
he came
about-
off Mars without a hat.
I want to talk about the history of the Masters and get some of your guys' perspectives on it. So
I guess
obviously,
a
yes.
history lesson.
they do. No, this is fun stuff. Fun stuff.
I like
It-
it. It's fun.
They do the dinner. So Scotty Scheffler got to pick the menu for the dinner this year. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts on what he thought of it. He did cheeseburger sliders, firecracker shrimp, tortilla soup, Texas ribeye steak or blackened redfish, and then warm chip skillet cookies.
That's a pretty good
I
menu.
saw That
Good menu?
sounds so good.
complete 180 from the year prior when Hideki Matsuyama won.
Well,
Matsuyama had a great Masters dinner.
He did. It was all assorted sushi, sashimi, and nigiri.
Nigiri, yeah.
Yeah.
Yakitori chicken skewers, miso glazed black cod, Miyazaki wagyu, and then Japanese strawberry shortcake.
Yum.
I think completely
Mm.
different sides of the spectrum, but both sounding fantastic. But aside from that, we also had some action today. We had the par 3 contest, which honestly might be one of my favorite things about the Masters. The guys get to come together with their families, and
Funnel holes are stupid.
it was awesome. Seamus Power hit back-to-back hole-in-ones. Like, what are the odds of that happening?
Boo.
Did
Who
you
funnel
say
dunked it?
hole.
Scotty dunked a hole in
Yeah,
one?
I saw the
He
video.
dunked a hole-in-one.
Like
Par
in,
three, yeah.
Pretty cool.
how far was the hole?
114, I think. I would have to look up how long hole 9 is.
It was like a wedge, but he dunked it.
So
Scotty
him,
Scheffler.
who was in his group? The three guys all teed off at the same time just for fun. So they all swung at the same time. They counted on 3 and they shot it. And Scotty dunked his ball.
Trying to find a video. Slam dunk breaks hole at.
It's on the PGA Tour's Instagram.
Well, I don't have Instagram logged in on my computer.
Oh, I will try.
Are you guys? Let me know when you guys are ready for a Masters trivia question.
Sure?
Yeah.
But
Hit it
yeah,
with it.
so it was a super cool event. Bubba Watson actually almost had a second hole-in-one today. It's great for the fans. It's great for the players. There's a curse that if you win the par 3 contest, you won't go on to win the Masters. So that's when most of the time the players actually just don't take a score. They have their caddies putt or their kids are playing on the course. So it was just a really cool thing to watch today. I really enjoyed it.
All right,
What's
so
the
real
trivia?
quick, trivia question revolves around the Masters this year. It's got like 3-ish parts to it, but it's all really the same question. So right now it looks like the favorites for this year are Scotty Scheffler and Rory. They're both at plus 700 right now. Can you guys tell me which player and in what year has had the best odds in history to ever win the Masters and even take a shot at what those odds were?
Tiger.
I would guess Tiger right off. the
Tiger,
bat. I think that's a
2004
good-
plus
that's a safe
200.
guess.
Okay, we have Tigers correct.
2004.
I would say Tiger it would have been one of his earlier years. So I want to say it was like
Gotta be between
99.
99 and 2005.
Max, lock me in for Tiger 2004 plus 200.
Okay.
I would say 2002, and his odds. He was honestly probably favored. He was probably a minus 100.
That's crazy.
Tiger was
Minus
playing
100.
generational golf from 2000.
Minus, man.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
if it was
guess-
minus. I feel like plus 200s even.
What are you saying, Jacob?
Back to back.
I want to say like 2001 and say plus 500, something like that.
All right. You guys are all really close. Y'all had Tiger. None of you got the year. I would have thought it would have been earlier, like you guys said as well, but it was actually 2007,
Hey, that was the closest.
Wow.
and it is unbelievable. He was minus 125 against the
No.
field.
Wow.
Yes.
Evan, I thought you were an insane man for saying that.
Dude, I thought plus 200 was insane. Minus 125?
Against the field. That is insane.
Wow.
Yeah, he's playing some damn good golf. All right, can you guys
Did
see
he-
my screen?
And he won that year.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
won it
yeah,
2000.
yeah, yeah,
I think he finished second actually in 07.
No, he did not win. This is from the PGA Tour's website, so I can give them credit if they try to come back for us. But Scotty Scheffler's obviously he's right here on the right. So it's gonna play audio. So I actually
No.
I'm
Don't
gonna-
share the audio.
gonna mute the audio. So just watch Scheffler over here, and it's a little blurry for whatever reason.
Wait, so they all hit and he dunked
Yeah,
it?
I'll hit it once. Scotty Scheffler's ball is right here.
Yeah, yeah. And he just dunked it.
Dunked it. Obviously, you can't hear it hit the flag stick, but they show it in slow motion. because right before that, somebody else hit a hole in one, and they thought that the guy had just left his ball in there, but it was Scheffler's ball.
Yeah, because there was 3 balls on the fringe there.
Well, yeah, because the 9th hole is historically known for them to let their caddies tee off.
Oh, okay.
Like, all of their wives and girlfriends will hit the ball. Their sons and daughters will hit the ball. So there's gonna be more. Singwoo Kim, his wife actually hit a better tee shot than he did on that hole.
All right, you guys ready to get our picks in and wrap it up? What do you guys think? Should we just do like 3 picks? Because I mean, I said 3 guys.
Oh,
Or do you want to do
picks?
like you just got to do straight up 1 guy?
I like top 3.
Top 3? I mean, you said
right.
Rory.
So I'm going Rory,
Okay.
John Rahm, Will Zalatoris.
I'm gonna go Rory, Will Zalatoris, Scotty Scheffler.
Jacob, you want to
I'm
go?
gonna go Cameron Smith, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka.
Very aggressive. I like that.
So Headley's next episode. Headley's no longer with the podcast. All right.
I'm getting paid to do 30 less minutes and
I don't think
10
that's your
times the
decision.
pay, man, somewhere else.
Yeah, I think Live Golf is paying Headley.
Yeah.
They are.
For me, I want to go Rory, but this is Rory's kryptonite. He has not been able to get a victory here yet to complete the career Grand Slam. I just don't think he can get it done. I love Rory. Rahm's playing out of his mind, so I got to put Rahm in there. I do think Scheffler's going to has a chance to repeat. He's playing unbelievable golf. My 2 dark horses. I know I'm going to
Top
go
3.
I know. I think Max Homa's got a better shot than this other one. But keep an eye out for Tony Finau. Tony Finau could be your sleeper pick.
It's fair.
I think Homa's
fair.
more my sleeper pick.
I would argue,
I think Homa's playing very good golf, so he has a very good chance.
but I would argue he's not so much a sleeper pick because of how good of golf he's been playing.
That's true. I mean, I need to go to the old Council Tucky and get on FanDuel, but I mean, my top 5, I would throw Homa in there and then John Rahm, but
You got to go before 8:00 tomorrow morning.
I'm not gonna make it. Tell you that.
You just have to live bet it after round 1 or whatever.
Yeah, I'll just go there after work tomorrow.
I may do that. But if you're looking to get a pre-bet in there, there's a bunch of like Bob Does Sports has a promotion that boosts your odds by plus 1,000.
Woo!
Up to a $10 bet. If you put $10 on someone to win, you get boosted by plus 1,000.
That's nice. Take
Rory.
advantage of that.
Rory.
Get Rory at plus 17 hundo.
Yeah, that'd be some good change right there.
$170, baby.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap things up though. I think it's been a longer pod somehow, but that's okay. There's a lot of actually really good discussions. So
Wrap it up.
wrap it up.
Well, is that all we got, Max?
Yep, that's everything. Ready for the Masters, man. Let's get going.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's gonna be awesome.
All right, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks guys for listening. Kind of a shorter pod. Well, not very short.
This was not a short.
Short football pod. Off season, we're getting on these all off topics. If you guys are into golf, check out the Masters. Don't listen to our bets. We don't know anything, as you know from the football season. And that's all I got. You guys got any further comments or anything you want to say before we end this thing?
Thanks everyone for listening. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys. We do appreciate it very much.
J Cobb.
Go live.
Oh God.
Power 6 signing out.